Okay, good morning class. So today we're looking at perimeter and area. Volume we're going to leave for next year. Okay, so for now we're just going to look at perimeter and area. You have dealt with this before, not so. Also at this point you have made up a couple of notes with regards to this year. Okay, so I'm just going to read through the notes that we made. This is on page. Example on page. Sorry? Page 137. 173. No problem. Right, so we're looking at the perimeter and area. We know that the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 length plus 2 breadth, or else the area is length times breadth. The perimeter of a square is 4 times side. The area is side squared, or side times side. The triangle is the sum of all the sides. Otherwise, the area of a triangle is half a base times perpendicular height. The area of a circle, that is something new to you, no? The area of a circle is going to be 2 pi r, or pi times the diameter, and the area is pi r squared. So I'm going to pause the video here, and because this is the shorter version of the video. If you want the full lesson, you'll get it in the description box below. Alright, so that takes us to the perimeter or circumference of a circle, and the area we see is going to be pi r squared. So units, perimeter circumference is expressed in. So perimeter is going to be in centimeters, meters, kilometers, and meters, millimeters, etc. Whilst the area of expression is going to be in units squared, so centimeters squared, meters squared, and so on. Okay. So now we're looking at the examples, and this is on page. The examples on page. Sorry? 173. Okay, so let's look at the first shape. The question says, calculate the perimeter and the area of each of the following. Then they ask you to round it to 2 decimal places where this is. So, how do we calculate the perimeter of a rectangle? Perimeter is equal to 2 length plus 2 breadth. Not so. So what's the length here? 6, and the breadth? 4. Normally the length is longer than the breadth. Okay, but if you had say 2 times 4 plus 2 times 6, it's the same as saying 2 times 6 plus 2 times 4. You guys understand? So that would simply be 2 multiplied by 6 plus 2 multiplied by 4. What's 2 times 6? 12 plus 8, which is 20 centimeters squared. Any confusion there? Okay, so the area is simply going to be length times breadth. So what's the length? 6 times 4. And what's 6 times 4? 24. Sorry, my mistake, I just realized that. So it will be centimeters squared. So perimeter will always be its units, whilst the area is going to be units squared, because it's 2 dimensions. Okay? Perimeter was 1 dimension. Look at number 2. At this point, you guys have made the notes already. In number 2, what did we say? How do we calculate the perimeter of a rectangle? Perimeter is going to be the sum of the sides, not so? So the perimeter is going to be 12 plus 8 plus 6. That's the perimeter of the shape. You see that dotted line is actually not part of the triangle. Can you see that, people? It just indicates your perpendicular height. So this will simply be 12 plus 8 plus 6. And 12 plus 8 is 20, so it's 26 centimeters there. Not so? How do you calculate the area of a triangle? Half base times perpendicular height. So that will simply be half times, what's the base here? 8 times your perpendicular height. The height, the length that stands 90 degrees to the base is going to be this here, which is 3. Half times 4, 8 is 4, and 4 times 3 is 12 centimeters squared. Okay. Any confusion there? Right. Number 3. Number 3, we're looking again at the perimeter. Okay. So the perimeter of this rectangle, the triangle, sorry, is going to be AC plus 12 plus 13. Not so. But I need the length of AC, not so. So how do you think, how are you going to calculate AC? By using, how are you going to calculate AC? Using 13 and 12. What theorem is that? Theorem of Pythagoras, the saying of Pythagoras. Mathematical rule that applies. Who can say the theorem of Pythagoras in words? In any right angle triangle, yes, in any right angle triangle, the hypotenuse squared is equal to the sum of the other two sides squared. So that is what 3 marks if it comes in. So learn that. Okay. So in triangle ACB, you don't have to say this. What's the length of the hypotenuse? 13. So it's going to be 13 squared is equal to 12 squared plus AC squared. The reason? Pythagoras. The angle A equals 90 degrees. We just did the theorem of Pythagoras in our previous lesson, last week. So what do we have here? 169 is equal to 144 plus AC squared. Take that over. 169 minus 144, which is 25, not so? The square root thereof is going to give us 5. So AC is going to be 5 centimeters. Okay. So what is the perimeter? The perimeter is going to be the sum of the sides. The perimeter is going to be 12 plus 13 plus 5. 12 plus 30 plus 5 is going to give us 30 centimeters. Alright? You guys understand? What would the area be? Area is equal to a half base times perpendicular height. So is my half. What's my base? 5, yes. And what's the perpendicular height? 12. Or if you use the base to be 12, your height will be 5. Can you see that, people? So that's going to be 5 times 12, which gives you 30 centimeters squared. Is that correct? 6 times 5, yeah. You all agree with that? Who says that your base should be 13? Anybody think the base should be 13? Why? Because if you're going to use that as your base, we need a perpendicular height. It's standing 90 to that base. Does it make sense, people? But because you need a perpendicular height to the base, so if this is your base, there's your 90 degrees and this length was given you. Does it make sense? And often learners get confused here, so watch out for that triangle there. The next one is number 4. It says area only. Okay, and B. So how are you going to, now it says area only. How do you calculate the area with triangle? So half base times perpendicular height. Now if this is your base, then what's your perpendicular height? 5. But we don't have B. So I can't work that out at this point. Not so. So, if you make 10 your base, then what's your perpendicular height? 4. Can you see that? It's standing 90 degrees to that base. You all understand? Who's confused? What are you confused about, Michael? The whole thing. Moving fast. Okay. So let's go again. The area of a triangle. What's the area of a triangle? Sorry? You're right. So if B is your base, and what's your perpendicular height? 5. But if this is your base, then what's your perpendicular height? If this is your base, then where's your perpendicular height? Which length is standing 90 degrees to that base? Is it 5? Is it B or is it 4? 4. As you can see, it's 90 degrees there. You understand? So you're giving me all the answers, so what don't you understand? Huh? You don't want to talk to me a little? Too fast. Okay, I'll slow it down. Okay. So it will be half. What's my base? 10. What's your perpendicular height? 4. What's a half times 10? 5. And 5 times 4? 20 centimeters squared. But then they ask you to work out B. Not so. So, if you work out B, if I go with the area of a triangle, with that being your base and that being your height, will that area of that triangle be the same or different than working that your base and this your height? Will it be the same or different? That should be the same. Why? It's the same triangle. So how can it be different? It has to be the same. It's exactly the same triangle. So, if I now work in the reverse, area of a triangle is half base times perpendicular height, not so? But what is the area of this triangle? We work it out now. 20. So 20 is equal to half. What's the base? What is the base? B times the perpendicular height, which is 5. Can you see that? How do I get B on its own? I divide by half times 5 both sides. Okay? So B is equal to, that's going to be 20 divided by half times 5 is 5 over 2. Now your bottom has come into play here. So it's 1 over 20 over 1 multiplied by 2 over 5. So 20 is 40 divided by 5 is 8. So that is 8 centimeters. Okay? Here's my goal.
How do you know what to divide by?
You see here, we want, you remember when we did equations, what did we want on its own? We want the unknown on its own, the B. So if you say half times 5 is going to be 5 over 2B is equal to 20. Now I divide by 5 over 2. So B is going to be 20 divided by 5 over 2, which is the same as 20 over 1 multiplied by 2 over 5. Which is 40 over 5, which is still 8. So what do we divide by? We divide by whatever numbers are there. Okay. Anybody else has a question? Okay. Let's carry on. The area of a circle. So firstly, another word for the perimeter of a circle is what? Circumference of a circle. Who remember what is the area? What is the formula for circumference of a circle? C is equal to 2 pi r. People remember that this formula is not given in the exam. Okay, you need to memorize the formula. But we will use it so often that you will remember. Okay? So it's 2 pi r. What does r stand for? Radius. What is the radius? It's half a diameter. Now is this 11 diameter or is it your radius? Diameter, as you can see. But what is radius? It's from the center to the circumference. That's your radius. Can you see that, people? So how do we work out my radius? It's going to be diameter over 2. So it's going to be 11 divided by 2. Okay? What's 11 divided by 2? 5.5. Not so. So let's see, the circumference is equal to 2. What is pi? We said you're going to use pi to be 22 over 7. Now in the exam we will say use pi to be 22 over 7. Okay? You guys understand? So we can use it as 22 over 7 or keep it as pi so long. And we see the radius is 11 over 2. So what can happen is the 2 cancel 2. So in other words, this is 11 pi. So we said it's going to be 22 over 7, so it's 11 times 22 over 7. Now 22 times 11 is 22022, 242. So it's 242 over 7. Okay? Now if you guys have worked out using a calculator, you say 2 multiplied by 22 over 7, which is pi, multiplied by 11 over 2. That's going to give you 242 over 7. Okay? If you had used your calculator, you can press SD, you could have gotten the decimal equivalent of 34,57. Or, if I had punched this whole thing in the calculator straight, you will see 2 pi times 11 over 2. Is 11 pi, which is 34,56. Can you see that, people? So if you had used the pi button on the calculator, you see the answer is fairly close. So in the exam, you get your mark for both. But remember, in your exam in particular, we are not going to use a calculator. So then this is the answer we're going to give you full marks on. Does it make sense?
Yes.
So I'm going to do it again now. No? And if some of you are moving too fast, I'm not going to do it all that explanation. So let's go. So we said for the perimeter of a circle, how do you work it out? It's going to be, what's the formula? 2 pi r. What is r? The radius, which is diameter over 2. As you can see, the diameter was given here. So it will be 11 divided by 2. But if we say what is pi? 22 over. Remember, we're not going to use a calculator in the exam. Okay, so what do we have? P is equal to 2 times 22 over 7 times 11 over 2. Remember, we did BODMAS, a lot of BODMAS in the first term. Right? It wasn't for nothing. That cancels, so it leaves you with 22 times 11, so it's 22022. Now to do long multiplication, it's coming in 242 over 7. Okay? If you want, you can convert it to mixed numbers and all that. But we're not going to give you an extra mark with deduct marks. Okay, having it like that is suffice for us. Okay. People, when you're working out the area of a circle, how do you calculate the area? Area is going to be pi r squared. Perimeter, circumference is 2 pi r. For area is going to be pi r squared. So what is pi, people? You said pi? 22 over 7. That is only an approximation of pi. No? So it's a number, a rational number very close to pi. Okay? It's not exactly pi, but it's acceptable. And what is my radius? It's going to be 11 over 2 squared. According to BODMAS, what must be done first? Multiply the brackets. Needs to be done first. Not so? So it's going to be 11 over 2 times 11 over 2. 11 times 11 is 121 over 4. Not so? So it's 121 over 4. And then, so that's going to be 121 multiplied by 22. So it's 242, 0, 242. So it's going to give you 2. Wait. Before I go there, I should have done what first? Simplify before you multiply. In that case, the sum will be a bit smaller. Okay? I messed up there, sorry. So 2 goes in there twice, and here 11 times. So it's going to be 121 times 11 is 121, 0, 121. So it's going to be 1331. It's going to be 1331 over 48. Okay, you can check. It'll be 22 over 7 multiplied by 11 over 2 squared. Okay. Do you guys understand? Okay. The next question. It's a semicircle, so here we're going to go into something different now. Okay. Semicircle. So that we will do it tomorrow's lesson. Okay. So for today, I want you guys to go to the exercise. The exercise on page 176. You should be able to do number 1.1 to 1.5. Okay. I'm going to come around and check. You're going to do your rope around and check that you all understand what we are doing. Okay. Do that. I want you guys to add. I don't see a circle calculation there. So what I want, listen. I want you to add is a circle here. You have a diameter here of 14 centimeters, and then another circle with a radius of 28 millimeters. Okay, so you're going to do now 1.1 to 1.5, then you add these two. I'm going to check your work now. Okay, I'll stop the video at this point.